Hello, Fireflies. Good morning. Um, Rather unusual background this morning. I am picking someone up at the airport, and so squeezing get ready for the day routine with all of you. For those of you who are new here, this is like a head to toe. Get yourself warmed up, get your blood flowing, get your body moving, so you can face the day a little more awake, a little more alive. It's going to be kind of a short one today because it's pretty quiet down here, but I suppose if we look suspicious, they're going to show up and eject us from here. All right, my fireflies. So after this, if we still have not been removed, we're going to hop on again and do an intermediate get ready for the day routine. And before I start, fireflies, we have reached 100,000. We're 100,000 strong. And we're gonna make a celebration video. We're gonna celebrate together, but it's been kind of hectic couple of days, so we look at that very soon. All right, fireflies. Get yourself a nice sturdy stance, and we're gonna breathe in through our noses and out through our mouth. Feel like you're magnetized to the ground, magnetized to the earth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. And loosening your knees. When I say loosen, it's not really a bend. You're just kind of letting them go and then straightening them again. We want to get that initial movement going. On Monday, we had a good stretch, but today, even if we do nothing else, I'm going to do our core because middle of the week, it's a good time to do it. The reasoning I can think of. And arms to about 90 degrees and down. And 90, 10, 90, down, front. And rolling the shoulders forwards. Your fireflies, I want you to try and just move your shoulders and nothing else. Try and isolate that. And then rolling them backwards. And like your chest is being pulled up to the sky. And as you go about your day, when you think about it, just give your shoulders a roll and give yourself a nice proud posture. So, thinking your head now. Let's start with the nose today. And to neutral, nodding yes. And coming back to neutral. And for us, if you have any kind of neck issues, keep this next part, but this is just going to be at the top of our necks. Take an ear and tilt it down to your shoulder. And come back up. And shoulder and back up. So it's really just at the top here like a bobblehead. To neutral. Remember our elbow movement. So this is something that we've been working on because we are going to be doing a lot with our elbows as we progress with our dance. And so I want you to make your arms into linguini. I don't know why I say linguini instead of spaghetti all the time. And I really like linguini. So leaving everything else relaxed. And you're just gonna lift your elbows. Try and isolate those elbows so everything else is relaxed. Just your elbows are going up. To your elbows and then release them. So when we do more arm movements, we're going to be leading partially from our elbows because that gives it a nice rich movement. Hi, Chase. Good morning. And it makes a big difference what part of your body is leading a movement, what's driving the movement, because it changes the complete style depending on what is driving it. All right, so let's go right back to our knees here. Remember, we are going to push the earth away from us instead of standing up. We're going to tighten our knees, tighten our whole legs, engage those muscles, and we're going to do a small bend. We start with like a halfway bend, and you want your knees to go right over your toes. So you're going to have to adjust depending on where you can get yourself to a position where your knees are going straight over your toes so that you're not getting any knees going in wonky directions. Straight, your knees only like to go in one direction. And as we come up, instead of standing up, we're going to push the ground away from us. And that is your first step into grounding, which is something we also do in Latin dance, meaning you dance very close to the earth. So it's not like ballet. It's very down. It's very kind of real. All right, tightening up your legs and knees going over your toes, and push the ground away. And legs tightening, knees going over your toes, pushing the ground away. Legs tightening, knees going over your toes, pushing the ground away. Legs tightening, knees going over your toes, and pretend you have a book on your head as you press the ground away from you. Drop their thighs, stretch those out. And coming back, do our shoulders this time. I'm going to keep my head more or less in place. Just tilt my shoulders from side to side. See if you can feel your shoulder blades. That's what's driving this movement, because you don't want to raise your shoulders up, but try and keep them down pretty much all of the time. So just tilting up. And then your lower arms towards you. And opening and closing your hands. Fingers are fanning out. In spite of the time limitations, we're going to do our fingers. So you can assist yourself with the other hand, but we're going to go down and on the way up, I want you to try and hold it there before you let it pop up. So we're going to go thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky, thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky, and go straight to the other hand today. We're not going to reverse it. So thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky, thumb, index, try to hold it there, middle, ring, and pinky. All right, going back to the initial hand. And I want you to take your middle finger and just kind of move it inwards. The other hand. Why we're doing this is because we're going to learn leading even if our follower is imaginary. And we're just going to dance on our own. It's just kind of a good skill to have. So we're going to be learning both parts and how to do it solo. We're going to learn everything. And if I'm going to lead somebody, I'm going to do it with one or two fingers. And I'll be doing whatever style it is. And that makes it very convenient for them to turn, and it gives them a good communication, keeping your arms soft, just using one or two fingers to put your follower wherever they're going. All right, fireflies, it's core time. So those of you who are new here, start with 2 or 3, because we'd like to set realistic goals on this channel and ones that we can maintain. So, success is never linear. We have our dips, but we'd prefer to go kind of more up rather than way up and then way down. All right, fireflies. So you can loosen your knees if you want to keep them straight, but we're gonna center ourselves in like we're getting a great big cramp in our stomach. And as we come up, I want you to feel like your waist is lengthening. And that'll be 1, 2 lengthening, and 3 lengthening. That's my hand to help you get that feeling. And 4 lengthening. 5, 6 and 7 and 5 and 10 and 11 and 12, 2 more butterflies, and 13 and 14 lightning. Great, shoot up the sky or the ceiling to stretch out muscles that have been working. And grab onto something that you have nearby, a chair, a counter, a table, a wall, anything will do. We're going to put one foot in front of the other. And we're going to shift our weight onto that front foot. You want your legs parallel. So if my wall is here, I'm just using it for balance, my chair. And I'm stretching out that back foot. You have to adjust it depending on where you are, but you want to try and keep your back heel on the ground. And I like to go slowly up and down, but you can also just hold it there if you want. And then we're going to bring it in. So our legs are closer together, but they're still parallel to each other. They're not going in other directions. And keeping the weight in the middle, we're going to bend the knees so we feel a stretch in a different part. And press the ground away from you. Switch your feet. And one front the other. So we're going to lean into that front foot, keeping our back heel on the ground and hanging on just for balance here. Try not to hang on too much, just slightly touch it so that you have a little more security. And maybe that back leg in. We're going to go down in the middle, stretch the back leg. Looks like parallel to each other. And push the ground away from you to come up again. All right, let's do our big knee bends. So we're going to do the same thing, tightening up our legs and shooting our knees over our toes. And then we're going to push the ground away from us to come up, all while balancing hook or similar on our heads. So you want to try not to lean forward, just go straight up and down. And remember that you're pushing that ground, pushing the earth away from you. And tighten your knees, your whole legs rather, knees going over your toes. And push the ground away from you. And legs tightening, knees going over your toes. Pushing the ground away from you. Don't drop your book. Legs tightening, knees going over your toes. And pushing the ground away from you. And legs tightening, knees going over your toes. Look on your head. And push that ground away from you. Push the earth away. You can do it. Good job, butterflies. Shake it out. All right, let's do our second set. Let's get these over with. We have 3 sets though today, butterflies. We only did 2 on Monday, so we're gonna do all 3 today for sure. All right, so remember that you are feeling your cramps, so you're tightening your stomach as you bend at your waist. As you come up, you're on that feeling of lengthening, 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 lengthening. All right, here we go. We're gonna count down to 14. And 14 lengthening. And 13. 12. And 11. 10. 9. Don't forget to lengthen it here. And 8. And 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And last one, lengthening. Good job, butterflies. Looking at the ceiling. A little back to relax, stretch out these muscles. Start working. And if you want to grab onto your whatever you're holding onto today, I'm going to take one up and we're going to lean to the side, back to the side, and come back. And for this last one, we're gonna give it a stretch. Stretch, 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 stretch. Feel like somebody is grabbing your hand and pulling it that direction. And whoever has your hand is gonna pull you up. You're gonna link in the middle, just like you did during their exercise. Turning around, grabbing it with the other hand, and lifting your arm up. Gonna start with little bends. 1, 2, 3, 4, and on 5, we're gonna hold that stretch. And over. You feel like somebody's grabbing your hand and pulling you. And you're gonna pull your head in a big arc as you lengthen your middle. Up. There, nice. Everything. Shake. And let's do a stretch to our front, and then we're gonna hit on that last set. So there, we're gonna start by leaning forward, and we're gonna stay at this height. I'm just gonna make our knees and bending them again. You're gonna try and sink a little bit lower. Gravity do its job here. Just let it lower and straightening up without your body coming up. So you keep that down. And go a little bit, even if it's that much, go a little lower each time. Let's do one more. And keep your body where it is. And letting it lay down. Falling up slowly. All right, fireflies. Let's do that last set. Okay, so we are going to cramp. We're going to remember our lengthening. I always do this with my hands because that just kind of helps me feel where I'm supposed to be working. Very often that is helpful because these connections aren't necessarily, super sharp always, especially if it's a new movement or part of your body I haven't used before. So to feel whatever it is, I put my hand on it, and that just helps me kind of identify where the movement is. All right, fireflies. Last set for today. And 14, 15, 12, lengthening, 11, and 10, lengthening, 9, right near middle, 8, 7. I'm gonna challenge you to keep your arms up. And 6, 5, 4, 3, lengthening, and 2, almost there, lengthening, and 1. Good job there, guys. Leaning back to stretch it out. If you're new here, start with 2 or 3, build it up. Next week, maybe do 4 or 5. And just little by little up so that you are doing 14. Okay, so let's put our hands on the wall if you have. A wall is the best thing for this one. And we're going to do our stretch where we're going to keep our shoulders and hands parallel. So we're on the wall like this. And we're going to try and keep this still. This is frozen in place. But our legs are going to start to walk outwards. So what we want is to get a twist right in here. So we want to keep all this still and walk out your legs. So it's better to do a little less. This does not have to be a big movement. I did it a little bigger so you can see it. And coming back, going to the other side. But if you feel your shoulders beginning to twist, then just do a little less. Try and feel that twist and hold it there. So let's do that again. Side. And second side. And back to neutral. Okay. In and out again. Big arms. and then we're gonna go to the front. And then I want to do a little balance exercise, and then we're gonna dance. This is a dancing channel. We all dance here, all of you. And we break everything down so that anyone can learn it. And if you ever have any questions, you can also always message us, and you can go back to earlier videos if you want to learn merengue, which is the first dance we started with, which is it's a good one because it's the footwork is just stepping. Now we've moved on to bachata, which is a super popular dance, at least in the Latin dance circles, and it's very expressive, so it's a nice one to learn. So I'm gonna my back to you first. We're gonna repeat the steps that we know, and today we're gonna do it. We're gonna do them slowly, and then we're gonna speed it up. So we'll just speed up our counts and see if we can go a little faster. But let's start with our basic. It's you can count as 4 counts or 8 counts. We don't count as 8 because we're going left and right. So we're gonna step left, together, left, tap, right, together, right, tap, left, together, left, tap, right, right, together, right, tap, left, left, together, left, tap, right, right, together, right, tap. Got the balance exercise I wanted to do with you all today, so we're gonna do that one on Friday. Please remind me. All right, so that is your basic step. You always come back to that step in between whatever else you're doing. And so we're gonna do a forwards, backwards, step, left, right, left, 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 right, tap, left, right, left, left, right, tap, left, 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 right, tap. From here, you can go back into your basic left, left, right, 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 tap. And we also did a step tap, which is useful because sometimes in bachata there's not many rules, so sometimes the music will just kind of go back to the one, so we have to do a step tap to get back in it. And it's just left, back, right, right, tap, left, right, right, tap, left, tap, right, 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 right. And today, besides going a little faster at the end, let's add on just some arms. So not all the time, but we're gonna be doing our basic left together, left tap, right, right together, right tap, left. And we're gonna be lifting our arms slowly. Right together, right tap, left, left together, left tap, right, right together, right tap, left, left together, left tap, right, right together, right tap, left. So that's the arms are just going up and down. See if you can keep your feet moving while your arms are doing something else. That's what dancing is, that kind of coordination. All right, fireflies. Take your steps small, so you don't have to have big steps. It's much easier to stay in your balance and to keep up with the music if you're just taking little steps. It's just kind of like ordinary walking, nothing special, but we want to get that rhythm slowly but surely into our muscle memory. Okay, so I'm going to start with my back to you, then I'm going to flip around to the front. Yes, I know. Together. Right together. Small steps. Little steps. So you can come forward. Left, right, left, up, right, up, right, and forward. Left, right, left, right. I don't something to do with I'm going to have to decide. Yeah, right, yeah, they. Just like that. Yeah. Now we're going to do our basic. Now arms. Right. Good job, Fireflies. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for being a part of this community, for supporting each other on our journey. It is so much easier when we do it together. We are going to hop right back on for the intermediate. Get ready for the day routine, see how far we get with that one before I have to run. But I enjoyed the background. And I will see you very soon, my fireflies, also to celebrate our 100,000th. I love you, fireflies. Have a wonderful day.